For those of you lucky enough to be attending Gamescom at the moment, you'll probably know that Gears of War 4 is playable on the show floor, but Microsoft have had a few details for us about the game on PC, that is. Now, first of all, they showed off a 4K gameplay debut, which I'll show in this video, but also link in the description below for those of you who want to watch it properly, and they also detailed some minimum specifications for the minimum, recommended, and ideal. For both AMD and Nvidia, actually broken up that way. It's got to see one of the best spec sheets I've seen in some time. So let's deal with the minimum and recommended, sorry, the minimum first and then the recommended. As you'd expect, it does require Windows 10 Anniversary Update, hardly a shocker. The CPU wise for AMD will be AMD FX 6300 or Intel i5 3470 at 3.0 GHz. GPU is going to be a 260X or a GeForce 750 Ti with 2 gigs of VRAM on both those cards and 8 gigs of RAM. Now the hard drive space is pretty beastly at 80 gigs, so clear out your hard drive, people. Recommended, of course, the OS is still the same, and the CPU is going to be an AMD FX 8350 or an Intel i5 42690 at 3.6 GHz. GPU is going to be a 290X or a 480 or a GTX GeForce 970 or 1060. RAM is going to be 4 gigs, and also VRAM is 4 gigs, and of course RAM is the same as is the hard drive space. Now the ideal is quite the beast. Now this is probably for 4K, looking at the cards and the CPU that you need here, but you need an AMD FX 9590 or an i7 4790 at 4 GHz, or GPUs wise you'll need an R9 Fury X, a GeForce 980 Ti or a GTX 1080. What's interesting is that the ideal spec for the AMD cards is 4 GB of VRAM, but with Nvidia it is 6 GB plus, and the RAM is 16 GB. So quite the leap up from even the recommended specs. As for the hard drive, there's a bit of a change. Both of them will need an SSD and 8 GB free. I don't think that would be required. It's probably recommended if you want the truly sort of fast sort of loading times and that sort of thing. Probably have the game installed on the SSD, if I had to guess, but it's looking pretty beastly even without that. Now they also said that it's going to have quite the comprehensive PC options menu, and I'm going to quote them here. Quote, the Windows 10 version supporting comprehensive video settings, increased texture resolutions, dynamic resolution support up to 4K and more. So it's looking like the PC version is, hopefully, fingers crossed, going to be quite good. I have to say it is looking pretty nice looking at the gameplay, and if the options are as nice as they say, then it should be good, fingers crossed. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.